Humans of Dublin is just a collection of portraits and short quotes of random people on the streets of Dublin. I decided that I want to be a photographer, and I was working in a coffee shop. We had a customer who was a press photographer, and he was giving me advices and projects how to do actual photography. And one day he was asking me to give me a project that I have to create 3 photographs which is expressing feelings. This is where I really fell in love with photography, that I can really tell stories. So I wanted to make sure that I put the photography together with something that I can stand out with. So the photography and customer service together basically become Humans of Dublin. It was really hard in the beginning, and I was walking around the streets for a quiet while until I could really approach the same person that I spotted out 5-10 minutes ago. It's become more like natural for me. Now it's much easier, like I don't even think twice to approach a person. Yeah, since I started the project, I approached about 2,000 people. So in this case, like not every one of the people are going on the page, and lot of times I get they say no to me. When I approach people, I always try to be as curious and as natural as possible. Just because this is a personal conversation between 2 people with the eye contact, they don't even think about that it's going to be shared in front of, let's say, 80,000 people. It's really about the approach, that the way you are talking to people, they can feel it on you if they can trust you. On St. Stephen's Green, and I saw an old lady, and I started to talking to her, and from out of the blue she was just saying to me that, you know, on these in rainy days, whenever I'm walking through on the St. Stephen's Green, I always think about if I could go back in time, not like when I was 30 or when I was 20, but when I was 80, because then I could see him again. I do detach with people, but I try not to show it. I try to get as objective as possible over, and when I go home I cry. Probably this is the best, because of course, like, I made some homeless interviews about really sad stories, but it's not helping them if I cry with them. I really want to show their story the most clear way possible. So I'm just there to give them questions and accept what they say, and then I'm creating my own opinion or my own feelings after, which is not going on the page either. So it's always one portrait and one story about the person who I'm photographing. There was a lady who told me smoking a cigarette, and her eyes were like really tired and everything, and she just told me that I wish I could get through life faster. That was her thing. And of course this is not a positive opinion about life or a positive approach for life. So this not going to get too many likes, but people will comment that, oh, how can you say that and everything, but they never look behind the actual person, what she had to go through to say this sentence. Probably the biggest eye-opening is to you have never have a right to judge a person. In the beginning I was always pre-thinking what kind of personality will be behind the person who I'm approaching, but it's never right. If you are living in a city, you're really just walking between people, but you don't even look up where you, for example, you're walking on Grafton Street, you look down and looking for the pathway where you can go between people. Whenever I'm on the busy street, I'm looking, my eyes always like up and down or on the sides to look for faces, and it's really interesting that people forget about that you are actually walking between people, and whoever the person is sitting every day beside you on the bus can have the most amazing story or life experience. And this is a really big responsibility for me, probably, that I am the one who is going there to that person who we are seeing every day when you are going to work on the same corner, that I'm going there and I ask about his life and he's telling his life story, that I am the person who can open up these little stories between your pathways when you're going to work. It's not about the buildings or the street, it's really the way people are thinking inside the city makes the city. I didn't love people that much before, and this project made me love people. You should never judge people, and you should always get out from your shoes and put yourself into someone else's shoes and think in their way or their reality, to see their reality. And then when you are ready with that, come back to your shoes and then try to judge people. But you always have to put yourself into their situation first before you do anything else. These people are telling their life story and what the most stand out in their lives, or the advices they could give, the best advices they could give for generations or whatever. So I'm getting this every day from different people, from different age groups, and this is the thing what is changing me very fast. I can't even highlight things what they changed in me. I kind of, everything is changing, and it's changing very fast inside me, if you know what I mean.
Together we will rise, we will rise. And surely it's a sign now that everything's in tune to some kind of higher plan. Yes, surely it's a sign